I've been getting lots of CD-ROM and DVD combo drives in the past month, though never had a chance at looking at them from a functional point of view. So it's about time to wire them up and have some test drive. Easiest is to have the BIOS perform the IDE auto detection, which should reveal the drive already. As the system I used for testing the drive wasn't set up, I at first went into booting from a floppy disk, which then loaded the CD drivers, allowing me to run the dir command on the CD-ROM. I wouldn't go farther with my tests, as my belief is that if the drive came that far, it should be generally okay, even without me performing further tests, like actually burning a coaster. Though I soon realized that going through the floppy boot each time is way too time consuming and actually unnecessary. And the machine I had was actually able to boot from CD-ROMs, so I tried to directly boot from the CD instead. I had to switch the settings in the BIOS first, and then after, the boot menu showed up. But no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to run. Whenever I chose the boot menu entry, I would hear the physical floppy trying to access the disk. Now, this machine had at this time already a very special floppy disk controller installed. This was featured in this earlier video of mine. And obviously it would collide with the ATA-PI floppy emulation boot. So I quickly removed the floppy controller and tried again without it. Voila, it works. So it's an even better test, as it now actually has to read from the CD and load data from it. Eventually I ended up on this drive, which was actually identified in the BIOS, but didn't seem to open the drawer. I couldn't even motivate the drawer to come out when pressing the release button with a paper clip. Well, I have anyway enough drives, so I'll be putting it away as a defective one. It seems to be the mechanics, and it needs some more time for investigation on a potential repair. An advantage of later years CD-ROM drives is that they come with a proper connection diagram designation, something that not only early CD-ROM drives but also early 80s hard drives would typically be missing back in the days. Oh, and look at this! This drive still had a CD of SUSE Linux inside. Obviously it was forgotten by the pre-owner. Eventually, I ended up with all drives being tested and just another one being identified as electronically defective, as it neither spun up nor was it identifiable in the BIOS. For these two drives, I have to postpone the testing, as one is an SATA drive and the other one has a SCSI-2 interface. And that one actually even is a slot-in drive, basically from the same series I used to use myself many years ago.
Oh, hello. This concludes my look at inspecting this bunch of CD-ROM drives. Wasn't too bad, just two were broken, and I will have a look at them at some later occasion once again. I'm the Vintage Collector, and this was my short Advent Time story for today. Thanks for watching, and see you again tomorrow. If you check out this channel's community tab, you'll find some polls on potential upcoming videos. You're very welcome to upvote on upcoming topics or drop in new ones you'd like me to chase down.